We are staying in a Cove Balcony here on Carnival Jubilee, room 5330, and we're going to give you a quick tour of this room and everything it has to offer. I'm Travis, let's get wanderlust. This is a Cove Balcony located on deck 5. It is room 5330. The Cove Balconies are the smallest of the balconies on Carnival Jubilee, and they actually have a protected balcony that is watertight. At least it looks watertight. So we're going to go through everything that this room has to offer, starting with on this side of the room. There are USB ports on each side of the bed, and this side of the bed is kind of hard to get to. There's only one USB port, and it is a reading light as well. If you're looking to plug your phone in over here, make sure you bring a separate cable, something without a brick attached to it. The middle of the bed does have light fixtures right there, light switches. Just be careful because you will hit those if you're with your head if you're not paying attention. You're just trying to sit up in bed. The bed can be converted from a king into two twins. It separates right there in the middle. And then on this side as well, they have the USB port and the reading light. So both sides can have a reading light. The couch converts into a bed as well. It's just your standard couch, sofa bed, whatever you want to call it. But there is a reading light on this side as well. There is no USB ports near the couch, no plugs near the couch, unfortunately. On this side, you have your vanity, which there are cabinets for storage, which is pretty nice. We have trash in that one, I'm sorry. There is a refrigerator in the room. I guess it's more of a cooler than a refrigerator. And then of course drawers next to that, which have all kinds of stuff in them, or you could put stuff in them. There is an ottoman that actually has storage inside of it, so you can actually take that lid off and store things in there. And then on the actual desk, you have your phone. You have a couple shelves. These bottles of water are $4.75 or $4.50, $4.75 a piece, which is kind of a lot. The tray that they're on is kind of dirty though. You can see some staining on there. There are outlets up here. You have 2 USB outlets, 3 American outlets, and then another 2 USB outlets. There are no European plugs in this stateroom, which is a surprise for us. But not that big of a deal, especially since you're sailing out of Galveston, Texas. In the closet spaces over here, you do have hangers and you have some storage. It barely fits a suitcase, but there is plenty of room to hang up clothes and kind of hide a backpack or your shoes. Nicole is in the corner over here.
No, can you see me?
So she needs to move.
You're not going to show me, right?
No. Everybody can hear what you just talked about though. And there is more of the same storage in here. Your safe is here, and then you have some wire shelving, and then you have a shoe rack at the very bottom. This area of the room is very tight. It feels like a tunnel. It's hard for 2 people to kind of be in the same space at the same time. And when you are getting stuff out of the cabinets, it's kind of a pain. The other downside of this room is there's not really a lot of room to open a suitcase. So Nicole is storing her suitcase under the bed, but then we have to pull it out, and there's no room to really pull it out. The bathroom is a standard cruise bathroom. You got storage, you got extra toilet paper, you have cabinets and drawers down here at the bottom, and obviously shelves at the top, which is what we're using right now. The shower is super hot water. There's actually a warning on here not to scald yourself. And you have body wash and shampoo. Water pressure is okay. The hot water is nice, just as long as you don't hurt yourself. We're gonna go out to the balcony now. This is a Cove balcony, so it's enclosed, and you get a watertight door that is really heavy. The balcony is small. We do get 2 chairs and a table. Not a lot of room out here, but just enough to relax and watch the waves. We are on deck 5, and deck 5 is as close to the water as you can get with the balcony. It does feel like you're in a speedboat, even though you're in a cruise ship, with how close you are to the water. Which is kind of nice. I like it. That was a quick tour of the room. And then at the end of our cruise, we're going to talk to you about what we like and did not like about this room, and if you should book one of these unique Cove-style balconies on Carnival Jubilee. So we'll see you in 6 more days. So it is night 7 of our 7-night cruise aboard Carnival Jubilee, and like we said in the earlier part of this video, we let you know at the end of our cruise if we liked or disliked the room that we have here on Carnival Jubilee. This is room 5330, which is a Cove balcony on deck 5. Now, this room is a standard balcony room, which is a smaller balcony. It's closer to the water line. And that's pretty much the only difference between this type of room and some of the other rooms on this ship. It is cheaper than the normal standard balconies. Beyond that, there's not much of a difference. So let's talk about what we like and did not like about this Cove balcony on deck 5. So first off, the room is very small. So as you can tell, I'm 6 foot, about 195 pounds, and I have no room here. When you open these doors, it's very, very tight. I use this closet here for my suitcase and stuff, and trying to get things in and out of these closets was kind of a pain with how little room there is. And then there's occasionally where I'm in here and Nicole would open the bathroom door and we would take each other out. So it's very small. Continuing the small theme is the bathroom. The shower is probably larger than a Royal Caribbean shower, but the problem is the actual bathroom is a lot smaller. And then when you finally get towels and stuff on the floor, it's just not a lot of room in there. I guess that's pretty standard for a cruise bathroom, but it does feel smaller than some of the bathrooms that we've had on some of our Royal Caribbean cruises, even in standard cabins. As we continue this way, Nicole kept her suitcase underneath this bed, which has plenty of room, but getting the suitcase out from under the bed, because you hit the couch.
Not so much room.
Not so much room. So you open the suitcase, you then have to kind of like turn it sideways to try and get stuff in and out of it. Probably not great. There is a little bit of storage here, but we're not those people that are going to unload our entire suitcase and use dressers and stuff. Maybe we should have. That's just not who we really are. As a real quick thing, Nicole put her suitcase underneath the bed because she has a full-size suitcase. And there's a lot of storage in these cabinets over here, but none of them fit a full-size suitcase. So she had to put it under the bed unless we wanted it out. And again, there's not very much room in this space to have a suitcase out. We had a little suitcase here, and that filled up that entire corner. Some other things that we kind of not the biggest fan of is if we have USBs here, and here, and there, and there, there's no USB-Cs. So Nicole's Apple Watch, she only brought a USB-C charger. She couldn't charge her Apple Watch at all in this room because we didn't have a power brick. We have my fast charger here, which I love, but because she didn't have any bricks besides that one, we kind of had to keep going back and forth about who got to actually use the fast charger, which kind of sucked.
So we did bring USB-C, like a little hub, but it actually uses a European charger because most ships have that. So we bring that along to give us some standard US and USB-C plugs as well. This ship only has US plugs.
Yeah, they're all standard North American plugs.
We actually could not use that for once, and that's why I didn't have any USB-Cs.
Yeah, which our adapter has USB-A, C, and a standard American plug, which gives us 3 plugs into one on a standard European outlet, which there's none in here. The balcony is nice. It's dark outside, so you're not going to be able to see, but we are really close to the water line, which I love because it actually feels like you're on the ocean and you can see the waves, all that sort of stuff. The only downside is the balcony is really small. With the bed, you can see the line here. There's 2 beds in the one. Royal Caribbean does a lot better job of pushing these together and not having a divider there. We could have asked for a mattress topper, but we just kind of dealt with it. There is a noticeable difference between each one of the beds. I slept on this side of the bed. It's really hard to get over here unless you just belly flop on top of the bed, which I don't think the people below us would enjoy that too much. And then this light switch. If you like to sit up in bed and read or watch TV, the one thing that you'll figure out real quick is that the back of your head will start flipping switches and stuff while you are doing that. Not the greatest placement. I know why they put it there, because when the beds are separate, the light's in the center, but at the same point, not great. And then we have USBs on both sides of the bed, which is awesome, but no standard plugs. So you can't plug anything in over here unless it runs off a USB. And let's say you have a CPAP machine, which me and Nicole do not, fortunately yet, probably in the future. But if you have to plug your CPAP machine in here, you're gonna have to run an extension cable all the way over here, which again, not ideal. Now, something that really drove me crazy. These doors are super heavy. They're thick. They're like this thick.
They're hard for me to open.
Yeah, they're hard for me to open. And I'm not that weak, but they close automatically. If you let go of the door, it will slam. Our neighbors over here never understood that. And at 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning, they would slam that door and it would shake this entire wall. And it woke me up almost every single morning on this cruise. So I've been awake since 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning while Nicole is snoring because she doesn't wake up as easy as I do. So if you are in one of these rooms, be considerate to your neighbors and do not slam the door. You can close it softly, especially if you have children. Great thing, the TV. Carnival has more TV channels that actually come in and they work better than Royal Caribbean. And we've been watching Food Network and HGTV and all kinds of other stuff. Really happy with that sort of stuff. Another thing that we should probably talk about is cleanliness. You'll probably see some of this stuff on our ship rating for Carnival Jubilee when it comes to cleanliness and maintenance. If you look at the couch, hopefully you can see this, but there are stains all over the couch. I know this is a mass hotel room. Thousands of people have probably stayed in this room, if not hundreds. And I know stuff gets dirty and they try to clean it, but that does not look very good for a newer ship. Carnival Jubilee is from 2023. It's still new. And then under the bed, there's popcorn. And I tried it. It's stale. So if you get this room and the popcorn is still there, do not eat it. It's very stale. But there is popcorn under the bed. I don't know how long it's been there, but it's something to think about.
At least 8 days.
Carnival puts a rubber mat here that says like something about fun ship, and that's like a luggage protector for the bed. That thing is gross. It's covered in, I don't know, drinks or something, and I don't want to touch it. So we folded it up and stuck it in here. So hopefully they can find it and they don't charge us for it, but it's in there and it's dirty. So there are things in this room that are not as clean as they should be. You can actually see on this tray here, there is dust and
don't touch it.
rings and all kinds of stuff. And it's the same thing up here. We like our stateroom attendant, but at the same point, there is some issues with cleanliness in this room. And I don't know how that stuff gets on the ceiling. Hopefully it's not the same stuff that's on that rubber mat. But that's just something else to kind of think about when it comes to our satisfaction with this room. We had the same issue on Icon of the Seas with cleanliness. I know thousands of people stay in these rooms, but occasionally you want not stale popcorn under the bed. So overall, we paid around $2,000 for a 7-night cruise in this Cove Balcony for the two of us. So about $1,000 per person. We purchased this a cruise on the Marriott Cruise with Points website, and we got free included gratuities with that same rate. It's about average. If you look at Carnival Jubilee for the entire year, the pricing doesn't really move up and down very much like it would with another company like Royal Caribbean. Did we get our money's worth? Would we book this room again? I probably wouldn't. I'd probably get a normal balcony or somewhere in a different location of the ship, just because of the size of this. And I would hope there's bigger rooms on board, and I would pay more for a bigger room. And the fact that that heavy door and your neighbors being inconsiderate can really affect your sleep schedule. And I never really worry about that stuff because I am partially deaf and I can't hear people in rooms next to us. But that was enough to wake me up every morning. I don't hear people stomping around. I don't hear music. I don't hear people having loud conversations. But when you shake the entire wall, I hear that. So in this room, it's fine. If you're not in the room that lot, you just want a balcony to sit down, you'll probably enjoy it a lot. If you're trying to get a really solid night's sleep without worrying about your neighbors, probably not the best. If you want more room, you're probably going to need something better. It's a standard cruise balcony room that's lower to the waterline, and I don't think it's that bad, but it could be better. So overall, it's good, but we would probably book something else next time. Right, Nicole?
I will say that I liked the privacy of our balcony. So you are closer to the water, and because it's a cove, it is fully enclosed. The other balconies, while they are larger, if you stand on, let's say, deck 8, which is where majority of the balconies are, I believe deck 9 and up, you can see into every single balcony on the side of the ship.
That is true. I forgot about that. This does provide you with the most privacy of any balcony, even though it is smaller than those balconies. So that's something to consider as well. It is the lowest rated balcony in terms of price, but most privacy, smallest room. $2,000 is kind of a lot, in my opinion. I would want more room for $2,000. You think about Voyager of the Seas, we spent about that. We had a suite. I know it's an older ship. Harmony of the Seas, you can get a really nice balcony room for the same price. And these are just ships that sail out of Galveston. Symphony's coming to Galveston. You can probably get a really nice balcony room for about the same price as what this is right here. And you get more room out of it. So that's our review of this Cove Balcony on Deck 5, room 5330 on Carnival Jubilee. If you have any questions about this room, our stay on Carnival Jubilee, anything that happened on this ship, make sure you leave those in the comment section below. If you'd like to support our channel, make sure you like this video and subscribe. It helps us out way more than you realize. And if you need us, we're actually going to go to that midnight buffet up on Deck 16 in the Lido Marketplace. I'm Travis.
I'm Nicole.
Thanks so much for watching.